I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Rider, drives a little slower. think you could tell us what to do? You think you could tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down! Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a brace, boy. Yeah, that's a brace, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. You think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to? Well, you better get used to the way the war back. I see what you got, it measures in ounces. But that's a brace, boy. Yeah, that's a brace, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. Think you're a big man? I'll treat you like you're a little man. Don't tell me what it's like to be half a man. It must break your heart to see what I am. What? That's a brace, boy. Yeah, that's a brace, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. You think you can tell me what to do? You know who you're talking to? Just stop wanting me to be someone else. Read like a book on a shelf that you can read, boy. Yeah, that you can read, little man.
All right, welcome. All right, welcome here, everybody. Revolutionary, welcome, brother. Hang on a second here, a little echo here somewhere. All right, I think I got it. Goose is somewhere. I saw him in there somewhere. There he is. Let's see if we can get him on the line here. All right, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? What's up? Oh, I hear him. I hear Slacker8 in there. All right, I want to welcome everybody from 105.7 The Phase, Patriot Radio, or Radio WESN, Epic Strategy Network, MBR, Military Broadcast Radio, UG Media in the UK, live. Welcome everybody in the UK. J Parker Radio, Paisley Radio, FCMI, Sword Radio, The Hit Network, FTM Radio, and Crystal Radio in the UK. All right, Goose, what's going on, brother? I hear you there.
I'm telling you, people crazy. Everything going crazy. People lying all the freaking time. Can you believe this mommy, whatever you want to call him, anti-Sue Biden, his freaking approval numbers are going up.
I know. Last time I checked, it was like 45% or some shit.
Somebody got to be lying, bro.
Yeah, I
I
can't
mean,
believe it. I can't believe it's that high.
I mean, I don't think he's high at all. I mean, most of the people that I talk to, they'll hate the guy. Unless you
Yeah,
don't eat and you don't have a car and you don't have to pump gas and eat, maybe you love him, but most likely you'll be dead. You don't do those things.
The person that's counting is just as delusional as Biden.
I mean, these people are lying all the freaking time. It's true, like what my wife say. Whoever's counting don't know how to freaking count.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, well, we know it's not him. I mean, we don't know who it is back there behind him, but somebody, somebody's back there pulling the
I mean, the
strings.
guy shot like 7 balloons, spent waste more than $2-3 million in shooting toy objects. I mean, even a pilot missed a target, throw away $400,000. These people are crazy, right? And then this guy go to Ukraine, in the middle of the night. Like, who cares? I mean, we know all these people are a bunch of criminals. Even the people from Ukraine, people need to read a little bit more about this Ukraine stuff because those people are not freaking angels either. So,
Dina
and
Joe,
and
welcome.
then you got all this other stuff coming out of Biden, which we already know. All the money they got from China, all these other criminals, and we still don't do anything, Mary. And then their radio station, they don't want me to be cursing. I mean, what else can I do? Huh?
Yeah, we're not on that station today. I didn't want to chance it. I didn't want to
Yeah,
chance being on FM radio and getting the guy fined or something. So
yeah,
I
telling
didn't.
that we can't deal with that kind of stuff. I mean, that's the problem in our country today. We don't say jack. We all, oh, it's okay, fine. I'll go ahead. I mean, come on. They're
I
gonna
was
do
trying to
another
look.
intro.
I was trying to look up to see what words we could say and what we couldn't say on the radio, but I couldn't really find a definitive
It
list.
is you can't say anything freaking nice. The freaking way shit is going on in our country. I mean, our interest rate are going up again. Inflation still going up. I thought this freaking idiot passed a bill that's supposed to help for this
Bobby,
stuff. It's not helping.
Jester's in the house. Jester's here. Goose, what do you think of that?
Well, maybe that would that be his double.
No, it's him. I'm pretty sure. Hey,
No,
Revolutionary Bros here today. All
yeah.
right. Yeah, we got
And
everybody.
but that's the thing that's going on in our country. People are freaking thinking like freaking zombies. I mean, this guy literally destroying our country every day. I mean, if you turn on the TV, you see that guy. He really look like a mommy. He looked like he's dead already anyway. But
Tales from the Crypt.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the tale from the crypt. Yeah, did
Yeah,
you watch that show?
He looks better than
I
Biden.
know, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but they lying every day. I guess it's true. You tell somebody, you know, it's number four every day, even though it's a five, you're gonna believe it's number four. And they lying all the time. Then they're attacking our governor too. MSNBC,
Yeah.
that guy named Johnson, and I guess the campaign, the Santos campaign, fired back a big torpedo and told him, "Hey, what about you, ex mayor of Tallahassee? He run for governor. After I beat him, they found him in a hotel with three druggies around sleeping." Yeah, I mean, it's in Twitter. The Santos don't stay quiet. That's the type of people
Oh,
we
now
need.
he needs to now because everybody's starting to hit him. So now he
Oh, they
needs.
got a great team. Every time you say something that is not true, they fire back, and they don't fire
Mhm.
back with a small torpedo. They hit you with everything they got.
That's good. He needs to. If he's gonna run for president, he better get used to it. Uh,
Exactly. He can't just lay dead and say you kill me. No, he got to fight back. These people got a big freaking machine that they be. I mean, they lie every freaking day. It's every. I mean, check these people in Ohio, man. First, the EPA lied to the people. No, everything's okay. It took them weeks to fix. of days to fix what's going on, even though I guess it's getting better. But why they have to be lying? I mean, the EPA is should be honest with everybody. They're not. All these agencies are a bunch of freaking liars too. They're all corrupt. These Democrats really hijacked the entire United States system.
So let
And
me
I
see
don't
what
see
Jeff.
any other way, Mary. I don't see any other way fixing this thing.
Jester wrote, "Well, I still vote for Trump before DeSantis. I think Trump should stop attacking him and save it for later."
Well, last week I told you I would vote for Trump, but I mean, because everything they did against Trump, it was based on a freaking lie. They haven't been able to indict the guy. We know that they're never going to be able to indict because these people are a bunch of freaking criminals trying to create a freaking case against you that would put you behind bar. And the Justice Department just freaking indicted a few freaking protesters from that were in front of a abortion clinic. Now you get all these other idiots that go burn, looting, do all kind of stuff. They don't get arrested. They don't get indicted. You see what I'm talking about? This is how our system is working against us. I mean, it's no surprise that these people hire freaking 86, 87,000 new IRS agents to fuck with you and I, Maverick. But they didn't hire no fucking body for the goddamn border patrol.
Nope.
That's what's going on in our country. And everything is getting so fucked up in our country. And people still voting for this fucking idiot. It's gotta be something wrong. Somebody's fucking lying here.
Everybody's lying. I'm convinced it's just straight across the board. Everybody. I don't believe anybody anymore.
No, you can't. I mean, it don't matter, man. You can't believe in that fucking pencil neck, that freaking Schumer. I mean, all these freaking bosses, they just don't give a shit about you and I at all.
No.
At all. And honestly, we gotta stay behind somebody. If it's Trump, then we're gonna have to stay behind Trump. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it was very unfair to this guy for the 4 year he was governing our country. Our own freaking Republicans mess with him every freaking month too, every goddamn day. That piece of shit Paul Ryan, that freaking Mitch McConnell too, piece of shit. They never do anything for us. I mean, they're freaking corrupt.
Yeah, I mean, you got to expect it, though. I mean, anymore. I mean, if you run for office, you got to expect to get beaten up and just attacked. I mean, especially if you're the
Yo,
president.
Maverick, this is so fucked up. Okay, there are people in our country that PPA program that's supposed to help people who really need it. It became a freaking scam, and a lot of people freaking lie about it, and they get away with it. But you know why they do that? Because this our fucking governor is the first one. They're the first one. They are freaking corrupt. They're stealing money left and right, making deals with these other freaking countries. China. I mean, how much money this guy got from China? Don't you think they're blackmailing his freaking ass?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are. I mean,
Zelensky's bribing his ass too. Give me more money or I spill the beans.
Yeah, that motherfucker is super corrupt. Remember, we have this guy in our show like a year ago, a guy that I found in freaking Depot restaurant, and I started talking to him. He was from Turkey. First thing he said was, "No, that guy from Ukraine. He's corrupt."
The guy in Ukraine is a goddamn comedian before he became president. Look at some of the videos that guy put out before he became president. It's like trying to get Kurt Cobain to be our president. How do you think that would work out? You know,
Yeah,
freaking comedians. And nobody's going to walk around when the air raid siren is going around on President's Day in the middle of a freaking war zone and walk around like nothing's going on, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. This is Nightmare on Pennsylvania Avenue.
And Raccoon, the thing is, I see those freaking poll and I say, who the fuck is writing these shit up? I mean, why we allow people to lie like that? You know?
Well, you know, a lot of those people were groomed in journalism who are now working in the administration toward Operation Mockingbird. Okay? Just remember that. Journalism is centered around Operation Mockingbird to occupy your freaking mind with stupid shit that don't make any difference. The government ain't worried about you. Only thing they're worried about is staying in power. I mean, they've already shown it. They manipulate the daggone numbers all the time.
This is bigger.
I promise to protect you, but the government's not going to protect you. Look at
They're
them.
not. They're not. These motherfuckers are not. And the only way, Raccoon, we can fix this shit is like what that
down
lieutenant.
To the foundation and start over.
Burn it down. Exactly like what the lieutenant colonel from the Marines say. The only way, and you can go ahead YouTube it and you find him. Most likely they block him already, but he say the only way to fix this shit is to burn the system down. And it's true. It's not fucking any other way. Okay? It's not any other way.
The thing you have to remember when you get new candidates in at that point, just remember, no matter how far you go into the closet, you're going to find skeletons. Nobody on this earth is sinless. Nobody. Look at the Pope. He's supposed to be the most holy. Guy was running a pedophile ring in goddamn Brazil.
Goddamn, he just came out with a bullshit today. And I'm Catholic, but you know, I said this motherfucker crazy.
Goose, you are absolutely right. What's going on, guys? Goose, you are absolutely right. Burn this bitch down. And the reason why I say that, did you guys hear the latest that Biden did? Biden passed a bill that made it a civil right for 10-year-old kids to be able to change their genders. Did you guys hear that?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. If your 10-year-old son, Maverick, can go to his teacher and say, my dad have a problem with me wanting to be a certain way at 30 years old, and you have to let him.
They don't tell him that the transgender community has a high suicide rate more than anybody else except for veterans. That's because they let the veterans out on their own, out in the wind, without no support at all anymore. But these people are so damn evil. They figure the more people they can get to kill off without having to say, yeah, we killed them. They'll say, oh, they did it on their own choosing. Look at the vaccines. I know 9 guys right now. Got word the other day, 2 more died from strokes caused by blood clots. I told him. They said, oh, you bullshit. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I told him about the blood clots a long time ago, and now it's out in the news, and these guys are sweating their asses off, wondering what they're going to do. I know a few of them have set up trust funds for their families because they know they're going to die.
Raccoon, do you really think these people fucking care? You know, you don't know. They don't give a shit. They're doing everything right there in plain view. They're stealing money right there in plain view. They're passing all these motherfucking bills of trillions of dollars. Oh, we're going to fix the freaking inflation. Fuck you. You haven't fixed shit.
He fixed it,
people still paying. The people still paying $350, $380 for gas. Freaking groceries. You spending freaking $300-$400 every time you go to the store when before it was $200. I don't see any fucking thing going down. And I'm not talking about the fucking eggs. I'm talking about every fucking thing else that you're trying to buy.
Everything is going
up. Go to
Mickey
D's. A freaking meal, $14-$15.
Go buy some damn reloading primers. You'll see how much it's going up. No, damn near $100 a brick. That's almost a 10 cents a damn primer.
Let me read what
Used to be able
Jester
to pick
wrote
them up
here.
for $25 a brick.
The only way to fix the problem is suspend congressional elections and immediately enact a 1-year congressional and senator
Well,
service.
hell no. Fire them all,
duty.
kick them out of the damn thing, and put barbed wire up around that son of a bitch electric fence. And if they try to get in, oh well. I say a 660 with 2,000 damn amps on that shit and vaporize them when they touch the fence to get back in there to pass some stupid ass law that doesn't even apply to us.
Like Coke.
But
The whole
Maverick,
system
say how
is-
fucked
the whole
up they
system
are.
is corrupt.
You know, Che, this fucking committee of January 6th, all a bunch of motherfucking criminals going after our freaking patriots that went to that fucking hell house, because that's not the White House. I call that the freaking hell house or whole house, because what they do is stealing our money in that place and creating all kind of fucking investigation against our people. And now McCarthy released all the freaking videos and everything to Tucker Carlson. Now those motherfuckers running like freaking cockroaches, because now Tucker Carlson in the next few days is gonna start releasing what really happened in that fucking place. Okay, which some of you guys call it a holy place. Hell no, that's not a holy place. I don't feel good about that place. To me, I don't have no pride about that place anymore. I don't give a shit if somebody drop that fucking place and make it disappear out of the freaking planet. That's
Right.
where they're making all the fucking rules, all the crooked shit to go after you and I, guys. That's what they're doing there.
Just remember,
right in our face.
Hey, Goose, just remember, every lobbyist is tied to a major corporation who is changing our laws. Those laws are done on the bid of money to each one of these politicians who vote for it, gets a big cachet of money. I say if a politician goes in, he must show all of his money, offshore accounts and in-country banking, every dime of it. You find out that most of these bastards who say, yeah, we made a couple $1 billion while we were in office, and you find out that they're multi-billionaires, and it's like, where's the money at? Well, I don't have any accounts there. The offshore accounts down in goddamn Bahamas doesn't have to report shit to nobody. And they won't. But every one of them has got a damn offshore account.
Hang on a second.
They have to hide the money.
Since I was cut off when I was reading the rest of Jester's thing here, so I'm going to finish. Congressional elections immediately enact 1-year congressional and senator service duty for American citizens that chosen at random, like jury duty. Get American citizens back into power. It used to be called public service for a reason. Oh shit! Sorry, I was reading. So I just wanted to finish reading Jester's thing there. What was I going to say? I forgot. I lost my train of thought here. No, I mean, hang on. Let me get Bravo in here.
Hello,
Bravo. Welcome to the show. There you go. Instead of career politicians at this point, make it impossible to buy. Is my point, to make it impossible to buy people off. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, we need to. These guys have been in there too long, and it's time to. But we say this, and we say term limits, and we say all this stuff, but we all know it's never going to happen. I mean,
I don't even think we're going to get to that.
I agree with Goose. I think we just, the whole place. You know what? You redirect the Potomac, you flood it out, you turned it into a bird sanctuary, and then you build a huge boardwalk there, and people can go there and see the way it used to be when it was corrupt and evil. And this is what we did to it. You know what I mean? I think we do away with that, and then you get rid of every law. At least 50% or 75% of them right away, and then no laws that you create. I mean, you're subject to them. If you're a senator or a congressman, you're subject to every law that you put on the books. You can't get around it. You know,
Yep.
they make themselves immune where you can't. They don't even affect them.
Yep.
Well, they were the ones
Yeah,
making
the
the
system is-
laws, so they wrote them the way they wanted them.
Right. And they don't pertain to them. They made themselves immune to them. Yeah, I'd say we get rid of it. Washington D.C. It would look beautiful as a bird sanctuary. Flood it out, and it's about 20, 30 feet deep water, just enough so the building tops are halfway up or sticking out of them, and then you build a beautiful boardwalk with restaurants and all that, and you can sit there and we could talk about old times. This is when the place was corrupt. Look at that place.
Yeah, that place, man.
Turn it back in the swamp it was originally.
That's right. It was a swamp originally. They dried it out and they made it the way it is. They can put it back to its normal, its natural state.
Like I said, I mean, it's great that we come up with these ideas, but we all know that's never going to happen.
Well, we're putting it
Well,
out there for
we
them.
don't know that.
Yeah.
We have no idea what's going to happen, because if they tell us what's going to happen, then the damn secret's out to the other people and they'll fight against what they're trying to do right now. All we can do is sit back and enjoy the damn show for what it's worth. Okay.
Did you see that? Did you see 2 times Biden fell? He fell down the steps and then he tripped going up the steps in Poland. I mean, the guy is like, this has got to be a joke. I mean, it really does. I mean, did you see when he fell down the steps? He was at the very top and went all the way down the steps, and someone had to catch him at the bottom.
And they allowed him to get on a bicycle for that one photo op.
I know. I mean, it's got to be a joke, man. I mean,
it is.
Gosh,
it's a movie. It's a movie.
You're like me, Raccoon. I believe the same thing. I mean, it's just too much of a joke. Now, when we say that there's false flags and there's things going on, we're not saying real things aren't happening. I mean, they're derailing trains. There's 4 different train incidents. What, in the last 2 weeks? For God's sake, anyone thinks that's a coincidence, they're nuts in the head. Yeah. Plus, we had what? We had a metal fabricating company blow up in that was in Florida, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, there's so much shit going on.
They also had a goddamn uranium plant get a fire going in Tennessee today.
All you people that wanted to know what a 5th column was, this is what it is right here.
Yep.
This is 21st century warfare using a 5th column. That's probably a whole generation in our nation right now.
Well, we do have the world's largest toxic plume ever created by man.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's phosgene gas,
Yeah. I mean, Raccoon, who the hell is running our freaking planet? Who? No, I don't want to hear the devil. We know the devil's in charge. But who's running the freaking planet?
Right now,
who is in charge?
Right now, the wealthiest families are running this bastard. They got more money than we can even imagine, because they own every goddamn thing, because the politicians around the world have sold it to them.
And this motherfucker corrupt.
Interest.
And they've run it for the last, 400 or 500 years, 600 years?
Bro, what about those freaking German communists that got out of freaking Nazi Germany and run down to South America, goddamn Argentina, Bolivia, all these freaking South state? Where they at? I mean, don't you think some of them, maybe their family got all that money running?
Well, yeah, I mean, you could tell their influence. I mean, from the 40s and 50s, where they were shooting people up with syphilis and everything else, doing all kinds of experiments against people's will without them even knowing it. I mean, that's what the Nazis did. So we know that their influence has been in our government since World War II.
Well, they are the Nazis running those places, because they were brought over here because they were so good at what they were doing in Europe.
Oh, hell yeah.
We started up the CIA, the NSA, and a whole bunch of other daggone things. Their operations are list is long of what they're doing and what they have been doing. Wernher von Braun and 20 damn scientists came over here and started a space agency.
Right.
And they said, "Here, we'll give you new papers. You're not criminals anymore. We say so."
And people need to know the difference between what they say, the military. They always blame the military and the Pentagon for everything. Well, what they don't tell you is it's the political structure and the three-letter agencies that infiltrated the military, and everything is signed off as the military now. You know what I mean?
Well,
the
most of
State
the
Department signs their name on military letterhead when they sign agreements and everything. I mean, it's not the military that you and I went into. I mean,
it was after World War II. But see, something that you also have to remember is a lot of our today generals who were captains when we were in, or lieutenants, they
Yeah.
were picked because they fit a certain scenario that they wanted, and they said, "Okay, we're going to give you a pay raise. We're going to give you this. Going to give you that. Promise them the world and shit. As long as you play our game."
right.
Yeah. Like fat ass
Look at-
Millie. You're
Look
right.
at
Like
fucking
fat ass
Millie,
Millie.
man.
Yeah. Motherfucking
look at
500
Millie.
pound. The fucking uniform don't fit him. He still go out there in the
Somebody
goddamn.
needs to do a pinch test on that fat
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Well, you know the ones that Trump got involved in, and he elevated them, that they're the good ones. You know, Space Force and the Special Operations Commands. You know, moving them up into a full command. I mean, you know that they're the good ones, and always in all the old movies, they're the ones portrayed that are going after the communists and the Nazis. Where the military.
Bravo, you know, a lot of these people moved to those places because I was reading that online the other day, and they trained their families, and now they're people with money.
Yeah.
The thing is, we got George Soros, but who's behind George Soros? Now, how China?
Look at the bloodlines.
Yes.
You find
Yeah,
out they're all over our politics in federal and most states.
Right, George Soros is really down the line a little ways. You know, he's not even one of the. He's the
He's
henchman,
not the wealthiest.
really. No, the real people, they don't talk in billions and millions. They talk in trillions. These families, they own everything and run everything. They own all the banks. They own everything.
Take a look at the Bushes.
All the
Take a look
corporations.
at the Bushes. The Bushes were actually by a different name and came from Nazi Germany.
Right.
And if you don't believe me, look it up, people.
Mm-hmm.
The Bushes, they gone Clinton. Look at his bloodline. It's weird how he got into office and became one of the biggest goddamn American cocaine dealers as a state governor.
Right.
Even
And
his
you know
pies
what?
were
You know what
squealing
bothers
before
me?
they killed him.
Know what bothers me with DeSantis is that DeSantis said he models himself after Bush Sr. the other day. Did you hear him say that? I'm like, holy
He also takes
shit.
money from George Soros too for his election.
Yeah, we know that George Sr. was a very bad guy.
We're getting a little crazy.
So was their
now,
dad. Their dad was a Nazi goddamn colonel.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, he was.
Well, you know, we know about the Bush, but I don't think DeSantis involved with those people at all.
No, but he said it. He said that they asked him who does he model himself after, or who's his who got him started as
His
mentor,
mentor, yeah.
and he said it was George Sr. George Sr. is the biggest freaking criminal out there, man.
CIA head of the
Right.
goddamn Dallas office.
Right, involved with the Hinckley family that
But you know,
tried to assassinate President Reagan.
well, he's dead
Yeah.
already. So
Yeah.
the thing is this: I think DeSantis doing a great job.
Well, yeah, I just hope he's genuine and he's really.
He is. He's fighting these people here in Florida every freaking day.
No,
Like
I
I
don't.
said though, hey,
I mean,
Goose,
you
like I
don't
said,
think-
if you look in the closet, you'll find skeletons in there, and anybody that's in politics, because that's why they're there.
Yeah.
They didn't get there because of popular votes. They were assigned. You're going to run for governor. You're going to run for senator, and that's
But
what they do.
I mean, I agree with you, Goose. Though you know, he is doing right now. He is doing a good job. But something you have to admit, he wasn't that way when he first got in there. Something changed him, or did he change for convenient, knowing that this is the direction we were going in? Hopefully not. Hopefully it is sincere and he stays this way forever. You
Well,
know?
he haven't announced yet that he's going to be running. He's thinking about it.
Exactly.
But my view is that I would like to support Trump to run for the next 4 years, and then the Santos take another 8 years. It would be good for the country, you
Hopefully.
know. And but the thing is, how are we gonna get there with Trump? It's gonna be nasty, these freaking primaries. But at the end, I think Trump is gonna win because the base is really strong. We might be in the middle, but after reading and all this shit that's coming out, I mean, they were very fucking unfair with Trump. Really unfair.
Yeah.
Just remember the old Brooklyn saying, Goose. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And that's what he did.
Right.
He was paying the Democrats money and he going, hey, man, what you going to do with that $20,000 I gave you or that $1 million I gave you for your campaign? And they told him.
Right.
He had
And
dirt on
things
all
are
of them
changing.
until he walked down the goddamn escalator. He was the best thing since white sliced bread. And all of a sudden, they called him every name in the book. When he
I
walked
mean, you
down
got that
escalator.
guy from the crypto freaking shit, the FTS guy that gives so much money to the goddamn demo
He
rats.
gave it all to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
What the
damn
hell?
stockholders are broke.
Now, nobody's talking about him. When the guy here in Florida, this guy, what was his name? Madoff, whatever name was.
Bankman.
The
Oh,
guy
you're
who
talking about-
freaking
yeah.
stole that money like 10 years ago.
Yep.
You know, they all were all over the news, but this guy's not. I mean, they're protecting him. They are. That motherfucker stole billions of dollars.
They had
Billions.
him arrested in the damn Bahamas for a reason, and it wasn't
Right.
to bring him to court. It was to protect him from getting assassinated or for falling into the wrong hands and regurgitating all the information.
Right.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
he's got the
Same thing
little black
with
book of
people
who
said
he
they.
gave all the money to.
Goose.
See, people said that Trump should have helped Assange. I think Assange is a damn American hero, along with Snowden, because they were breaking shit out, and these people went nuts.
Exactly.
No,
The best
it's
way
true,
to
it's
keep
true.
them,
Guess what?
best way to keep them
Rocky-
safe is to keep them under protective custody somewhere.
Right.
Raccoon. And guess what? Assange and Snowden, both groups of politicians, Republicans and Democrats, were mad at him because
Yeah.
all of them have stuff in their closet, like you just said. I think it's the same script for whoever wins, the
Oh, yeah.
Republicans
It is.
or the Democrats.
Yeah.
It don't get
Well,
any
You got to
better.
get rid of all of them.
Well, that's
the
why
whole
the
system
current.
has to be broken down and redone without Republican and Democrat ever being mentioned again because they're fucking evil.
Right. I mean, the founders are very smart in setting this up, but it needs a reset. You need to flush this
does.
the whole way. I mean, all these laws they've put in the last 100 years, all they are is to restrict us. It's not to restrict them. You know, we need to just get rid of them all and start over again.
Bravo.
Bravo,
But
you're absolutely right, Bravo. Ronald Reagan sold a whole bunch of drugs. And the Clinton era was just the extension of that and started giving people 30 and 40 and 50 years to life for the same
For
thing
things-
that politicians was doing 10 years.
Well, what
Ronald
everybody
Reagan
was
was
doing
also
10 or 15 years earlier, it was legal. And then they all of a sudden turned all this stuff into criminals and made all these people criminals.
You know
Think
what,
about
Bravo?
this.
Why we allow Cuba to stay the way they are communist for so many years when they're only 90 miles from our freaking country? Why we allow Venezuela to become what they became here now, that they are freaking communist? Why we allow the entire fucking South America become who they're becoming? Why? When we have the fucking power to stop all that bullshit. We
the
really
reason why,
maybe...
hey Goose, the reason why is because of Project Mockingbird. Okay, all the way back to the daggone invention of TV was a psyops. It was used to be television, then it became television, went from story time to programming. Okay, it's doing it now. If you watch the Super Bowl and you enjoyed the halftime, you're part of the problem. All them people who are in entertainment, whether it's news, movies, or sports, are all part of it because they're injecting the freaking ideas. Look at all the kneelers on the football team. They should all be taken off by goddamn handcuffs and thrown in a truck, hauled off and sentenced for fucking treason against the United States.
Yeah.
Right.
And every politician involved in it, and every person involved in it.
And
They
everyone
win by attrition because they have divided and conquered. That's what they're wanting. Chaos.
and
That's
right
why
now,
we
the
had
big
to burn
fight
the
is
system
Goose.
down. If we burn the system down, Raccoon, and we'll be able to do all that BS, and
Yeah,
we'll be able to take
If we
the.
burn it.
Right, and we should be able to help all these countries, Goose, again. You know why, Goose, that they don't do anything is because the whole administrative state is communist. The hidden police state, the three-letter agencies, they're Nazis. So there's always been a fight between the administrative state and the secret state, you know, and now that's what's going on right now.
Hey,
Bravo.
hey, Maverick, freaking James say that the freaking communists, they are progressive now.
Yeah.
Hell no. I mean, it's not freaking progressive anymore. It's you are freaking to the left or you are not freaking,
Right.
you know, it's
Yeah,
no
that's
more
why
Democrat.
during World War II, you had what's his name on Hitler on Time magazine? What, 3 times he was man of the year, or 2 times at least, and you had another side of America that supported the communists. You know what I mean? So it's always been that struggle. They're both for government world control, but they want to be the ones doing it. You know, it's insane. We just need to get rid of them all.
Hey, Bravo,
we need to
I
collapse
think
them all.
what we need to do is, I mean, right now the DOJ is putting people behind bars. If you go out there and start protesting about anything like they did now to the clinic, the abortion clinic, happened a few days ago, they're indicting like 10 people. They're going to do the same thing to us, but still we got to go out there on the street and start protesting against this freaking government. They are a bunch of freaking criminals. They're not communists.
Something we have to look at is, if we was to burn the damn building down, what are you going to do with all the fucking bodies? Because you can't put them in prison. They have to be executed because they all committed goddamn heinous crimes against the United States.
Public,
you know what?
Public executions are great.
Raccoon, when I talk about burning the system down, it don't mean burning the freaking buildings down. I mean, use the Constitution.
You can't burn down stone, Goose. I know that. I'm saying burn the building down. I mean, bring the whole thing down to the foundation.
Get all these people in jail, get them out, arrest them. We as a citizen, we can do that.
Yeah, we had a great foundation, and they built these freaking palaces on top of it. You know, their own.
But see, the thing is, I'm saying is we got to take it down federally, state, and local.
Yeah.
I mean, there's places here in the United States to show you how communistic some of these cities are. You can't have a garden because they're unsightly weeds. You know?
No.
Right.
They put you in, they go on isolation, and they abide your damn constitutional right to free travel.
Revolution, what you just say?
Because they don't want you to be able to feed yourself. Just need to be up here talking about this, because if you were feeding yourself, you would be getting a better quality of food.
If 3 people out of 10 grew 3 chickens apiece, we wouldn't have a goddamn egg industry. Those 3 people would be up to their ass and daggone eggs most of the year, and would be selling them, and there would not be a need for an egg industry. Same with just raising chickens for butcher. And people say, "Oh, that you got to be a vegetarian." No, we're not vegetarians. We're omnivores. Cows are vegetarians.
Right, and we're not going to eat that 3D cell meat and all this freaking on all these bugs where they're making bug milkshakes and making bug burgers and all this shit.
Bro, stop that bullshit. That's organic. That's the new organic.
That's what they're calling it, Goose. They're calling it organic. Yeah. It's healthy. It's organic. Yeah, it's
Fuck.
damn bugs, for God's sake. Yeah.
I told a person the other day, if you want to eat organic, eat dirt.
Right.
Because if you're eating plants, then you're
And we
killing
won't say
shit.
anything. We
But
won't
there's a
say
difference
anything to you.
between
Go ahead and eat as much dirt as you want. You can have as many bugs as you want, too. I'm not going to say anything.
yeah,
Weren't
but
those bugs in the vaccine?
Hey, you know what, Bravo? This is
Along
so
with
messed
fetuses.
up. It's so messed up that this guy, what was his name? The one that lost the election in Pennsylvania, what was his name? Ox? That was his name? Dr. Ox?
Yeah,
He
Dr.
he
Oz.
he lost against that Frankenstein guy. Right now he was admitted in the hospital. I think he don't have that many weeks to live. The guy's almost dead.
He's in a coma, isn't he, or something now? Or something, I think.
I mean, the guy is almost out, but the guy win the freaking elections.
Which goes to show you that it was fixed. You know what I mean?
and his wife becomes the new person in his place. That's the way the damn senatorial laws are written. His wife becomes the new senator. Think about that shit. I mean, it's elderly abuse putting that guy in there being disabled like that.
I mean, who's the
Knowing
voice?
stress would
Who's the
probably kill
voice?
him.
I would like to know who's the voice for that freaking state, Pennsylvania. I mean, when you had that freaking state, almost every freaking corner is goddamn red, but you have few goddamn places
Biden
dominating that fucking state.
Biden spilled the beans on the shit before he got elected. We're going to have the best voter fraud group available.
Yeah. Remember, he says, I don't need your help electing me. I need your help. I need your support once I'm in there. I mean, he's a goofball.
They already knew they were going to throw the damn election.
Exactly. We all knew that. We knew it was going to happen. We just let it happen.
They all need to be strung up, that hang until their damn head comes off their body, and then clean them up. Put them in a furnace and spread them over the goddamn ocean. Try to fill in the Marianas Trench, maybe. There's enough of them.
You know what? And I'm still not. Even though that the Brunson case didn't, on the 21st, it wasn't taken. It wasn't taken. Well, no, just this 21st was the other day. They rejected it as for a second time. But what the article said was none of the justices would say who voted and who didn't. They wouldn't give their names, and they didn't say what the vote was.
You read into a lot of shit, I'll tell you.
That's right. That means they're hiding something. They know we're watching. They know we're watching.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? They got 4 more times. They got 4 more appeals.
It just gives them 4 more times to reject it. They already
Maybe.
rejected it twice. They're not going to go,
Maybe.
oh, well, you know what? This guy's so persistent that we're going to give it to
Maybe,
him.
but maybe on the last time we have an Esther thing here with the Lord. Who knows? I mean,
You're reaching, bro.
Look how long it took him to get through the damn Supreme Court for
Roe versus Wade, for God's sake.
Well, not just Roe. Hold on a minute. Gun control. They've been fucking with that since the 1930s. And finally they said, no, you can't mess with it. They weren't reading the damn thing when they were writing out the laws that said shall not be infringed, means government, keep your damn hands off of it.
All right. Well, I'm reading here. Let me read.
It's all big clown show, man.
If the state of Ohio votes for Biden or any other DNC presidential candidate in 24 after the East Palestine, Ohio disaster, we'll know for sure that the election is rigged.
Yep.
Jamie said popular vote is BS. They push to get everyone divided and fighting. Electoral college picks the president. They know if everyone's focused on the popular vote, they won't focus on the fact that they really have no say who's president.
Hey, Mary, that shit don't gonna work because Palestine, those motherfuckers just give them $1,000 for that bullshit. They're all making the line to get the $1,000, and they will forget. They will forget about this shit. Oh, like Raccoon say and Bravo say, it don't matter what, they're gonna steal the fucking election. And like you said, Mary, we won't win again until this motherfucker fix this shit. If they don't fix it, the only way is to burn the system down. That's it.
Yep, it has to be.
You're
It
absolutely
has
right,
to.
Goose.
It has to come down to revolution, and it has to come down to that because they're going to thin out the population. They've already said it countless times the last 25 years. They want to keep 90% off the damn grid and bury them and only have a menial amount to do whatever the hell they decide they want to do.
Yeah.
People say, oh, well, nobody will be taking care of the infrastructure. They won't need fucking infrastructure. They got helicopters. They don't need a road.
Raccoon.
They got
Try
airplanes.
50 years. Brzezinski and Kissinger was talking about that in the late 60s, early 70s about depopulation of American society by about 70%.
Take it back to Margaret Sanger back in the 20s. I mean, if you want to go back that far, that's why she set it up, was to get rid of the damn American population and get all the women to start aborting babies.
Yeah,
Therefore,
but that
they
was
wouldn't
in
have anybody
Germany.
to fuck with.
That was in Germany. It was Brzezinski and Kissinger that brought her here to the United States, where she set up the Planned Parenthood organizations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, 6.8 earthquake in Tajikistan just now.
Why we don't get one in DC?
Nothing.
It's
would
on a
not be
swamp.
You
It's on
ever
a
notice?
swamp. It'll just juggle around, man.
Goose, you
They
ever
wanna,
notice?
yeah.
You ever notice that no major catastrophes happen in DC?
No. Even the hurricane back when it wiped out New Jersey didn't hit Washington, D.C.
Then that makes you
They directed them.
think, like, how the hell did that fucking happen?
Well, maybe because evil is not gonna kill themselves. Evil is gonna stay evil, and they're gonna protect their freaking minions. I mean,
Research.
people who go to Washington D.C. to visit the White House. I mean, honestly, I'd be ashamed to go to that place because they're totally corrupt.
Hey,
I spent
Hey, they
2
went to-
months up there at goddamn Washington, D.C. at the hospital up there, and I spent a month walking around. You think I ever went into the White House? Hell no. I didn't even go in the Capitol building. I went to the damn museums to see if I could stir some shit up.
Could you
Where's all
have
the giant
even gotten
bones
in
that you
there?
guys confiscated back in the 20s?
hey,
Oh, we don't have those here.
hey, in the Philippines, that's registering as a 7.9. The USDA, the USDA or USDS is saying it's a 6.8. Over
Yep.
there, they're saying it's a 7.9. Another huge
USGS
earthquake.
always
Man.
kicks them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Bravo, one thing, I was talking yesterday to a friend of mine from Puerto Rico, and you might believe this. Before, when I was raised there, we didn't have this freaking earthquake that we have now every day. 4.5, 6.2. It's every freaking day. And
Yep.
the thing that he was saying to me is like, they're doing this to make sure everybody from Puerto Rico leave the island alone, and somebody with money will take over, and we make money out of all that shit. Because honestly, we never had all those freaking earthquakes like going on now, bro.
No, I agree. I think some of it's man-made, but also too we got that planetary system. That's the big elephant in the room. Nobody even wants to talk about it. It's heading this way, and as it gets closer, it's wreaking havoc. But
I mean, every day you look at Puerto Rico, they got some type of earthquake.
yeah, but when you see the blue flashes, isn't that funny? They call Blue Beam, Project Blue Beam, and all these flashes you see at night, especially that ones in Turkey. It looked like it was like a thunderstorm, but it was all blue flashes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Something you also have to remember too is Doppler radar. If you research it for yourselves, Doppler radar is used not just for tracking a storm, but to direct the storm. Look at the hurricane that happened down there, and look at the maps that when the Dopplers were on.
Hey,
They
Goose, you don't have
went
to
and
worry about
spotted
Puerto
them
Rico.
all across.
Why?
there.
Why,
Tracked
Maverick?
that
Why?
thing.
Well, because if I'm reading right here,
Yeah, we're gonna become a
by
state.
the time by the time 2025 comes along, the population will be reduced by 68%.
You
So
see
No,
that? It
no, and
resurrected.
that's what we were talking about. Right now, there's a lot of town back home, Puerto Rico, that a freaking ghost town. They were not like that, but people have
yeah,
migrated to the United States like crazy.
But
well, right
somebody has
now,
resurrected the Deagle
yeah,
report, and
Yeah.
they brought it back out again. You know,
yeah, and we're showing 68.5%
right?
decrease.
We're the biggest losers in the whole thing.
Yeah.
A while ago, I seen
No,
a thing
actually,
about the next
no,
pandemic, guys, and they're
Ireland,
saying it's going to be
loses
smallpox.
72.4%,
What you talking about? The
and
earthquake?
in United Kingdom, 77.1%.
Yeah, I saw there was a little disparity. If you go by the chart, we go from 300 and 62 million down to 99 million. That's more than 68%.
Well,
I
bravo,
saw that too,
maybe
Maverick.
God's gonna take over and
Yeah,
eliminate all these freaking crooked ass people. Like when you go to
Yeah, well,
Washington,
you had 316 million. I mean, yeah, 316,444,000. Something like that.
Mary,
Whatever. But
when you
then
go to freaking Washington, all those big
I went
buildings,
down
they look like
92.
freaking Rome. You know what I'm talking about? When you go to
Yeah,
Washington D.C.,
yeah.
all the buildings they're so freaking big. Like you come back home and say, "What the hell? Why they build those freaking buildings like that? They want to look like freaking Rome." So guess what? I guess God's gonna eliminate D.C. just like they did in Rome too.
There you
But
go.
you know what, Goose? Don't blame that on God. That depopulation that's coming from these devils right here.
No, no,
And
I'm
from
talking
That's
about
Israel.
destroying.
destroy
I'm talking
God's
about I'm
creation.
talking about
Right.
destroying all those evil cities.
Oh,
Well,
but that's what he need to do because Washington
Yeah.
D.C. got that HARP system, and the reason that they don't get hit with calamities is because they're controlling the calamities that are hitting other people.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you heard what Biden said. Biden said that Erdogan was the problem, and he's going to pay, and he's going to pay now.
Hey,
And that was like a week before
don't
the
mention
earthquake
that name
happened.
here in the show anymore. Just call him something else.
Yeah, the fake Biden, one with a mask.
Tell the
Yeah,
Chris or something like that.
the thing is, though, guys, they got to do this all around the world because it's happening everywhere. Got to
Yeah,
get all the rats in every damn country out there, and there's
I wouldn't
plenty
be
of them.
surprised if we don't see it here.
Raccoon, they had a freaking balloon and you stayed for 3-4 days. I know you
Yeah.
went crazy. I mean, did you get
No,
your PTSD
recommend
back?
get down yourself instead of letting it fly over your house. You should have just shot it down.
I did. I went over the hill. I don't know where the hell it went after
Raccoon, your PTSD came back.
We actually had an explosion over damn Billings, Montana, when the balloon went
Yeah.
over here.
How come that story just kind of disappeared after it
But
happened?
they didn't fit the narrative.
Yeah. I mean, I saw video of it. Then it disappeared. I was glad I saved the video because I went back to look for it and it wasn't there anymore. Yeah, I thought I was crazy for a minute. I'm like, no, I saw that happen.
I sent
Nobody
it out
was-
to a few people.
Yeah, but it just kind
But
of
yeah, there's a lot of stuff that people aren't watching because it upsets them too much, so they don't
Yeah.
think about it. Of course, most people in the United States have a 10-second attention span anyway.
Exactly.
Raccoon, I agree with you.
Yeah.
According to the new poll, you're right. They might have freaking 3 seconds, not 10.
I mean, well, we know the American public is too consumed with their own lives to worry about what's going on. And well, I
We're
mean, and a lot of
creatures-
people don't want to know.
We're,
Yeah,
we're creatures
lot
of
of people-
comfort.
Right.
But a lot of
Well,
people
and
don't.
they've muddied the water so much nobody knows what to believe anymore.
What you say, Mary?
I mean, there was an official cable that went out, and Canada, the U.S., Britain, Germany, Belgium, Italy, Holland, and France were all recalled. Isn't that like right before the earthquake happened? And isn't that funny? I mean, there's no coincidences in any of this stuff.
Well, Bravo, my main concern right now is that they had tell Crip uh, Biden, I'm gonna say his name, empty suit, ahead of Trump right now. Do you believe those numbers?
Oh hell no! The ones the polls I'm seeing, Trump's blowing everybody away. So I don't know where those polls are coming from. So
Yeah, but we're still too far.
well,
out.
but I mean, well, if you go by the fake election, yeah, he's probably like neck and neck with, because that's the way it always worked. He's neck and neck, and then they'll come in with the mail-in ballots, by the truckloads and try to make them win. But I think there's going to be a surprise this time.
Yeah, the
I
surprise
don't. I don't really think. I don't really think. Okay, this is just me. I have no proof. I don't think Trump really won the last time. I think he was helped. I think that's why Hillary and Podesta and all these people were so pissed off, because they knew Hillary was going to win. They were 100% sure, and something happened.
So you don't think that
Because
Hillary was gonna go with the flow too and listen to those animals?
Hillary
Enemies?
would have finished us off, Goose. We would have been. We would still be in lockdown. We'd probably have like 4 vaccines and 5 vaccines right now, and we'd all be having 3 or 4 of them right now.
We already got like freaking 7 boosters. What are you talking about, Bravo?
I hope you're not taking them.
No, I got the placebo, man. It's not like Raccoon. He got like 4 boosters. Who's Raccoon? I don't hear Raccoon.
He's on mute, so he must be feeding the dogs.
Hey, Marek, the main thing is
the craziest thing you ever said, Bravo.
no, Bravo. About what, Hillary?
Well, no, because they didn't have the mail-in ballots back then. They didn't have all that shit set up.
Bravo, who?
On the first
They
election.
always have it. They always have that.
No, this second one.
Bravo,
they had it,
California, man.
They shut down 5 states.
No, Bravo,
for
California.
the first time in history. They never shut down 5 states on the 2020 election.
Okay, Bravo. Let me school you, Bravo. Let me school you.
First time in history.
You got Google in front of you. Google it. When's the last time California was red?
I'm not talking about California.
I just want to prove your point. I want to prove your point that all the crooked shit they've been doing for 30 years in California, since the 1992, the last time we got a red state in California, I think it was 1992.
We know Reagan did, right? 88.
Now, guess what? All the system that they use in California, that model, they use in the neighbor freaking state, Nevada, Arizona, and all those places, New Mexico. They're doing that cheating stuff. They're using the same system, sending ballots to every single damn dead people, live people that are in the rolls, okay?
Right.
And they receive that ballot. That's why they use harvesting and mail-in. And that's why they don't count those ballots until you count the ones that they go vote in person.
But they never sent out 100% ballots to everyone before. That was the first time. And then when they said they couldn't count them all, they shut down for the night. That had never happened before. That's how they won, because they could say, okay, they shut down. They said, okay, we need so many.
Bravo's easy. I tell you, Bravo. Remember, I need 20,000. Only 20,000.
Yep.
He said, hey, just wait. Tomorrow morning, I'll give it to you. And they start printing the thing with the new names, with the dead people.
Yep.
Cool. And millionaires and billionaires, they create the systems that do the counting. It's not regular people like us. So when we say states, be careful to separate the states from the millionaires and the billionaires that's doing the cheating.
Well, Revolution, our state, we were having trouble with Broward County and the other adjacent county, and Reese Scott, which is a senator now, he fixed that shit. And he fired everybody from down there, did all the freaking reform election in Florida, and we haven't had problems since then. That's why DeSantis didn't have any freaking issues.
Is it that they haven't had a problem since then, or they haven't been caught since then?
No, we won for the first time in 20 years. We won Dade County. Mary can tell you we never had that county because they were cheating all the time. We eliminate that. Now you
Yeah,
can
that was
bring.
the biggest corrupt county in Florida, and
Yes.
we hadn't won that in how many years, Goose? I don't even know when the last time that went red.
It was 20 years, and DeSantis won this time. And the last two elections, by 8 o'clock, we already know the winner. That's
Do
it.
you know? Do you know, Goose? Really quick, there have been counties in Florida that have had people standing outside of the election polls with guns to scare people from voting. Do you call that? You don't consider that cheating?
No, where you saw that? You saw that before
Hell,
we
in
report everything.
In Philadelphia, they were doing that.
Maybe in Philadelphia, but not Florida.
Dade County.
Dade County, bunch of freaking cheaters. I will have a freaking goddamn 50 cow right there too.
Oh, so it's only cheating when your team don't win. It's cheating when either one of them win, because I think either one of them that get elected, they cheated to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Everyone knows how the Democrats and their liberal policy is not a majority in this country. The only way they can win is for them to cheat handedly and come up with these systems, get into the major cities slowly. You can see how there's hardly any blue in the whole country. They get into certain states, take over the cities, and take over the city election system, and then they start cheating like mad, like they do in Philadelphia, Chicago, and everything. Hell, they were doing it in Chicago. That's how JFK got in there.
hey, revolution. Who killed Lincoln?
You know what, Goose? Let me tell.
No, I want to try to prove your point. Who killed Lincoln?
Republicans and Democrats killed Lincoln because whoever set
Democrat.
Lincoln up, the other
Who
side,
killed freaking Martin Luther
the
King?
other side
Democrats.
didn't say nothing. If the other side didn't say nothing, Goose, then that means that they were accomplices in the murder. If
You
something
could
happened
say
to one of us, and all of us were there, and nobody told who did it, then guess what? All of us did it.
Revolution. I will agree with you that we got some Republican that's freaking crooked too. You're right.
No, not some.
Well, I could
It's
say.
a lot.
I mean,
Well,
no,
yeah,
no as high,
and
no
a lot
as
of
high
Republicans.
as the freaking Democrats.
Revolution, no, I do agree with you, but people don't realize that these people are ruthless. I mean, after
All of
JFK
them.
was killed, there were
Who
a
killed
lot.
Kennedy? Who killed
There was
Kennedy?
a lot of people coming out that tried to tell people really.
Bravo,
what happened. And
bravo.
They whacked them. They whacked them all.
Bravo. Who killed Kennedy?
Yeah, I know.
Who?
Hold on. Can I
Democrats.
answer that?
Democrats.
The
Democrats.
person that they said killed
Yeah.
Kennedy, we
Well,
didn't know
that
because
was a conspiracy with
all day
multiple
long.
agencies.
All day long.
Revolution, get out of the freaking Van wagon of the Democrats. You are a
I'm not on the
conservative.
bandwagon. I'm on the bandwagon of truth. I'm not
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
sides. I
No,
know both sides are
rhinos are
Go, Bobby.
Republican in name only. Revolution, and they aren't bad. They're just as bad as the Democrats are.
Murray, will you say something?
We're trying to clean them out. I mean,
Bravo, Murray trying to talk. Go ahead, Murray.
Chester wrote, Republicans want to steal your money, but Democrats want to steal your money and cut off your son's penis.
All right, but doesn't that make both of them bad? Because Republicans want to steal your soul along with your son's penis.
Welcome, brother.
Revolution, you like a Democrat. Where you put your money when you have a lot of money? In the freezer?
No, I put it in a hole in my backyard.
Well,
I got a treasure map.
there's only Revolution. There's only two systems, and the only system that conservatives are even allowed into that try to infiltrate and take it over is the Republican Party. You can't even get in the Democratic Party. You know, you gotta be a fruitcake or something to get in there. You can't.
Can I say this real quick, Bravo? In 1924, there was only a Republican Party. Then they created the Democratic Party not 1924, my fault, 1824.
Yeah,
and they went all the way, the Republicans, they went over to the Democratic side and they created two parties out of one body. That's why we got a holy trinity. That's if you could make three people into one person, you could damn sure make one person into two.
That was in 1824.
Yes, it was.
Look, Google it.
Well, yeah, there's actually, you can go online and look. There's
1812.
Grave sites of colonels and generals that say every bad thing that has happened in America comes from a Democrat.
It's true, bro. I'm not lying. They're a bunch of freaking haters.
And
right,
guess what?
Right.
You ever had a Maverick?
The Communist Manifesto, who does it say to make deals with? It says make deals with every Democratic Party that is out there. That's what it says. It doesn't say Republican Party. It says Democrat.
Let me read. Jester wrote, the Republican Party is an offshoot of the abolishment movement as in the abolishing of slavery.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that.
They were the only ones that allowed blacks into the party.
Yes, that was the Lincoln, man. The Lincoln Party.
No,
did you watch that movie, Emancipation?
Do you know that during the Civil War, the South told the slaves, if y'all fight with us, we will set y'all free. And they only gave them pitchforks and rakes and hoes to go to war with. And you know what they did to them? They said, y'all go that way and we're going to go this way. They let them go that way, and if they got shot, they said, "Oh, we're not going to go that way."
Revolution.
So, no, it was all a big trick, all of it.
Well, the South was that's where all the KKK was in the South. And
wait, who created the KKK?
It was the KKK. It was the Republicans. Was the KKK?
No, that was his party. The Democrats. The Democrats.
The Democrats. You need to do revolution. You need to do some investigation on that.
I send it to you, Revolution. I will. I send you. I will send you the book.
Democrats. The Democrats in the South were that
KKK. Yeah,
they were the KKK.
Yes.
If the Democrats in the South were the KKK, then why did they put hoods on their head? Because you couldn't see the Republican under the sheet. See,
then why was Martin Luther King a Republican? You know, come on.
Thank you.
You said, Martin Luther King
this guy needs to be corrected because he's just. I don't know if he's just. I don't know if you're just misinformed or you're just not telling the truth or what. But the Democrat Party is the oldest political party in the United States. It was started in 1830. The Republican Party did not start until like the 1860s or 1890 after the Civil War. Well, not necessarily after the Civil War, sorry. And it was an offshoot of the abolitionist movement. The abolitionist, hold on, let me finish.
Was a Christian.
The abolitionist movement was the abolishment of slavery, and that was the whole foundation and backbone of the Republican Party. The Republican Party was the Black Party. Literally, the first Black congressman that was ever elected was a Republican. That was back in like 1800s. It didn't change until the the New Deal or something, I think, where they basically bribed the Black community with government handouts to switch parties. That's the only reason blacks vote Democrat now.
No,
Revolution don't vote Democrat anymore.
Not the New Deal. My fault.
The Klan was Democrat. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 did not get passed until the Republicans forced it through because the Democrats filibustered it.
Matter of fact, more Republicans voted in favor.
90-something% of Republicans voted for the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and desegregation.
Democrats voted
and only like 60% of Democrats voted for it.
77% of the Republicans voted in favor. Only like
90%. It's more like 90-something% and 60%.
I think it was 77, but
if Republicans did so much for blacks then, why aren't they doing anything now?
Why?
So hold on. Why? The biggest travesty that's ever been committed against the Black community in the United States is being tricked into believing that the capitalist system is the problem. Okay? Instead of being told that this is the most uplifting system, economic system in the history of mankind, and has taken more people out of poverty than any other system in the world. Instead of being told that and taught how to function in that system, they're told the system is bad. So then you rail against the system because
And they
they're
go with a
used.
communist, and they go with a
Revolution.
model.
Because they get used.
Revolution. Let me throw you a caviar on that. Let me throw you a caviar on that. Why do you think a lot of immigrants like to come to our country? Because they love this system. Because here you get the opportunity to start your own business and do whatever you need to do to get ahead.
They don't like their home. It's just like the Africans that come here.
They don't like their home because their home is most likely communist.
Communist
or liberals.
Hold on. The beauty of free market capitalism is the fact that all the power is in the consumer's hand. You always have the ability to choose someone else if you don't like the product that you're being offered for the price you're being offered it. It's a mutual trade. Communism, you don't get that because there aren't other there isn't competition. There aren't other brands. You get what the state provides you, and you get low quality only.
Let's just stay here.
This is still the land of opportunity.
Let me say something real quick to Revolution. Okay, Revolution. You don't understand the political shit that went on in 1871. After our Civil War.
Excuse me, Raccoon. Don't tell me what I don't understand. But go ahead.
You don't understand it because you're not saying it. You know where that? You know they took them off the plantation. They said, "Okay, you got a choice: 20 acres and a mule." A lot of them took it. Some of them didn't. They were put on the new plantation, which is called the fucking ghetto. Keep them controlled. Keep them where they want. Segregate them and give them everything that they think they need. And then they'll be
you must have been listening to Colson Tucker. You must have been listening to Colson Tucker last night.
Bullshit. I've researched the damn thing because I've been told
totally
I'm a
wrong
liar
name.
about the stuff.
Tucker
I can
Carlson.
give you the guy. Tucker Carson's good.
Yeah.
You are
Tucker Carlson.
You know,
Colston Tucker.
Tucker Carlson's a
I
piece
can
of
give you the
That's the
goddamn
black
receipt.
version.
I've done the goddamn
Tucker's the
research.
black
I got
version.
45 fucking years of research on it.
Hey, Raccoon, let's have some respect, man.
Well, you got
It's okay.
45
Let's keep it
years of
down.
bad research.
No, I don't. Let me tell
A
you
lot of the
something.
stuff that you did say was
Hey,
backwards.
Revolution. Let me tell you something. The Democrats have never, ever done anything good for the black community or any of the minorities.
Republicans haven't either.
And they don't give a shit about the white people because there's just as many people in the damn projects as white people. Okay? Just as many white people in the ghetto.
Was a joke. Did you know that? That's a historical
Hold on.
Oh, bullshit.
To say the Republican Party didn't do anything for the black community is completely wrong. First of all, they forced through the Civil Rights Act of 1964. They forced it through against Democrat opposition. Okay, and do you understand what that did? Hold on. Do you understand what that did? Pretty much desegregated the whole country and allowed black students to start going to better schools that provided them a free education. That is the only responsibility that you have. Everything else is your job. Nobody has to do anything for you. You have freedom.
Maverick, do you know what they did, Maverick? They put sexual orientation and gender into that bill.
Hey, Revolution!
And you know
they want to make you transgender.
They want to cut your son's penis off.
Are you serious?
Hey, Revolution! They want to make you transgender. I mean, those people from California, Hollywood, moved to Atlanta to a very, very, black community, and they say all those gay people down there.
Who do you think is demonizing black men?
You might be white. Do you know how many black
men? I'm right, because I read that. The number one city LGBT right now in the world is Atlanta.
And guess where?
And that came from
where it
freaking
moved from?
California,
It moved
Hollywood.
from
They
San
move all the
Francisco.
I
movies
hate
and
to
all that
It
BS
moved
down
from
there
San
trying to
Francisco.
change the culture.
I hate to bring this
Hey,
up, but how many
Revolution.
people in the damn
Revolution, what
chat
happened?
feel like they're oppressed?
Look, you all want to talk at the same
Yeah.
time. One person got to talk, and then
Revolution, I got a question. What
Francisco was
happened?
predominantly
What
white.
happened between the 30s and the 40s and the 60s? I have Life magazines where there's a black principal standing outside in front of his school in Harlem, and the school doesn't have a broken window, no
can't
graffiti.
just-
And he looked like he was a GQ guy coming right out of the movies. He had a tie on, a suit on, and they were interviewing him about his school and how good it was doing. What happened? That fucking school now was burnt down and demolished years ago. What happened from then to now? Where there was a lot of black-owned businesses in the 30s and the 40s and everything. When they took all this away from them and stuck them in ghettos and promised them all this shit, and they never gave them anything.
Look up the town in Oklahoma.
And you got a guy like Trump now who's really a Republican, and they love him because he's bringing back the inner cities. He's putting money in there and economic development and everything.
Getting them hired.
Yeah, and getting them back jobs
Be
again.
careful. Bravo. Be
No,
careful
bullshit.
when you say that
Hey,
he's bringing back the
Revolution,
inner
look
city.
up
Can I ask you
goddamn
the
massacre
question?
of
Right.
Oklahoma,
Can I ask you the question?
1936.
Can I answer the question? Let me answer
Hey
his
guys,
question.
let Revolution.
all right. Listen,
Do you know, Bravo?
you can
Check this out. You said that
I mean, you
the
guys
inner
gotta-
cities are being fixed up, right? And Trump is doing so much for the inner cities. Do you know the inner cities right now is going through gentrification? They building it up, and all of the black and brown people are becoming homeless.
But you're expecting
you're
expecting him to do something in 4 years that took 80 years for them to fuck up. You're not going to fix it overnight. He did a lot in a short period of time. He did a lot in a short period of time.
That's not what I'm saying. Bravo, I'm saying the picture that you are painting is not the true image. You're saying that like, here he is, the gallant, warrior on the horse.
I'm not saying he was
It's
perfect.
not like that.
I'm saying Baltimore and all these cities and Chicago, they're all run by Democrats, and they've been run by Democrats for fucking years.
And guess what y'all doing? Y'all pretending as if I'm making a argument for Democrats. I'm saying neither one of them ain't shit.
Yeah,
so,
I
so
agree.
the argument
There's a
that
lot
you're
of them
making
aren't
for
shit.
Democrats, that's a worthless argument.
Yeah, no, I agree that a lot of them on both sides are garbage. Democrats are all garbage, but there are about half of the Republicans or 3/4 of them that are garbage. I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree. But I'm saying we're saying that the party foundation of the Republican Party was an inclusive party. It was the only party that the blacks could be a part of, just like conservatives today can be a part of.
Hey, Bravo! You guys need Jesus. Stop.
And right now, you know who the biggest members of the Republican Party, the most up and coming are the Hispanic community.
Thank you.
They're taking it by the balls. I'm a member of a Hispanic Republican Party in this area, even though I'm an independent.
Thank you, Bravo. Thank you, Bravo.
Because
they kick ass. They don't complain. They go in there and try to fix shit. That's why
the Hispanics don't have laws against them for them to. Do you guys remember when Do you guys remember
He's an honorary Latino.
When Bush was the president? Do you remember that? Do you remember what the Supreme Court had when the son Bush, not the daddy Bush, the son Bush was the president? Yes. Do you know the thing that the Supreme Court had to deal with was extending the 13th Amendment or the 14th Amendment that gave the black people the right to vote? Why would they have to extend it? Because it expires. No other group of people in America have laws against them that have to be refreshed every so often because the deck was stacked against them. That's why Hispanics are climbing up the chart. It's not like that's just because that's what they're doing. They don't have any embargoes against them.
Well, revolution.
The Supreme Court
Revolution. No, I gotta make a statement about that statement that he made. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
What you're talking about, I can give you a good example. A lot of Puerto Ricans migrated in the 60s, 70s to New York. And when the civil rights was passed, instead of jumping on blacks anymore, they start jumping on the Puerto Ricans, stuff like that. So we went through some fucking hard time too. But that don't mean we stop, doing what we're supposed to be doing to get ahead. But we did what matter of fact, we created a few different groups to defend our people, Puerto Rican, because once it was passed, now they went against us. And you can go Google it, the Puerto Rican in New York in the 1960s, 70s. We went through a lot of tough times, but we didn't stop there. We continue, and we do believe in democracy, and we believe in freedom, and we believe in this freaking system that help you to get ahead if you do the right thing.
It's up to the individuals. It's up to the individuals themselves to prosper. It's not up to the fucking government because the government doesn't give a shit about you. Okay? Every goddamn city
you're freaking
in the
Montana,
United States has a low-income area.
Montana is the lowest income area in the nation.
Area, you won't go anywhere.
Right. I mean, to me, we can sit here and say all day because we're not a black man, but if I was a black, I wouldn't trust this fucking government as far as I could throw it. I would challenge every fucking thing that comes out.
I don't mean bad, but you guys sound like freaking Democrats a minute ago.
But I'm saying the only thing we have right now that we could be a part of is the Republican Party. It has the foundation of truth. It was the foundation of the abolitionists and the Christians that founded it. I mean, it's got a good base to it. Is it full of shit right now? Yeah, there's a lot of garbage in it. I think all the Bushes are garbage. I don't like any of them. I don't like the Clintons. I don't like the Obamas. They're all cut from the same cloth. They all came from the same world system.
Bravo, you don't like what's going on with you?
Let me ask you guys this.
Trump and Reagan were the only two that weren't part of that shit.
Revolution.
We went in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Are you aware?
We can't hear you.
Yeah, you're in the Matrix, Revolution.
All right, I think we lost him. Yep. Revolution, if you're there, we can't hear you.
You close to the window or you up the hill.
Are you aware
said, bud.
that if you look on Amazon, Reagan for the whole war with drug money?
Yep.
On Amazon. And guess how you know it's separate from all the other Bibles? Hold on, Raccoon. Hold on. That's how you can tell that it's different from all the other Bibles. The Catholic Bible's got 73 books.
All right. Well,
let's
see what we're missing in the room here.
Can you hear me?
No, we couldn't hear you. Good.
I was saying that you could go on Amazon right now and you could buy the Slave Bible. The Slave Bible was separated from every other Bible. Is the other Bibles have 66 books and 73 books. The Slave Bible only had 14 books. The church that was given to the black people was not the actual church. All that common good that they be trying to say was done, that shit was not done like that. It was not that effective. And it wasn't for the good of black people. It was to trick them.
Well, Raccoon, you're right about that. They were short a lot of the Bible to manipulate their minds into a certain way, and that was some of the early propaganda that they were fed. You also have to understand that when they were slaves back then, they weren't allowing them to read or write, and only the people who already knew how to read or write, or somebody taught them how to read and write, were the ones who were the pastors for those slave areas, those buildings or whatever the heck the camps were. But yeah.
But you know what, though? But you know what, Revolution, as bad as it was, he even used the bad for good, because it was through those Christians, the ones that did learn about God and everything like that, that came up through, the ranks and everything. They're the ones that changed things for the black community, you know? So God will take something bad and use it for good. I mean, if we never had other immigrants come into this country, we wouldn't have what we have today. Everyone has contributed a lot, and now they've got us all pitted against one another and hating one another. And now we can't do shit now because all we do is fight with one another.
Ask you this, Bravo. Who gave you your God? Let me ask you,
You're in
Bravo.
the Matrix. You're in the Matrix, Rev.
This love the podcast.
There you go.
Say F you or F your mama. We ain't did none of that.
I think we missed
What's
part
that?
of what you said, Revolution.
I said,
You're
this,
breaking up,
can you
brother.
hear me?
No,
Yeah,
go
we got
ahead. Try again.
I was saying to Bravo, I was saying that this isn't hate that we're spewing. I was letting him know that you can't go too many places and have a conversation like this without people falling apart. This is a strong podcast. I recommend this podcast. I wish y'all get 7-8 million followers tonight. This is not hate. We are having we're having a profound conversation on here.
That's good. That's good.
Hey, Rev.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, Revolution.
Hey, Rev. I served with a lot of guys who were black, a lot of guys who were Chinese and all other minorities, and they're all my brothers. Okay, there's only one race on this planet. It's called the human race. Everybody else is just like goddamn used cars in a car lot. Different colors, different styles.
But you know what?
They all got one thing in common. They all got doors, windows, and wheels, and a motor.
And that's what I liked about the military, is that we all got along. We could joke. We could joke around and not worry about hurting each other's feelings and everything. I mean, it was that was one thing about the military I thought was really good,
Back in the day, you could walk in the building and you could look at one of your buddies and call him the N-word, and he'd look at you and say cracker. I said, yeah, I'm the cracker, and I get back to work, and everybody just laughed.
Yeah. Or they'd say,
shit, you go to jail.
Go wop, go mop the floor, wop. Yeah, I mean, or Polak. How many Polak jokes are out there? I mean, we all have our
Taco Belly, we had a couple guys who were Mexicans. Taco Belly, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good.
But let me say this, guys. All right, let me say this, guys. We've all had that pressure. You're absolutely right. Because some of the stereotypes that have been thrown on black people, if you go back to the 20s and 30s, they were thrown on Polacks, Irish, and there has not been another group that has been in this country that has been totally stripped of their identity, their understanding, the ability to learn. Nobody has gone through that. When it was against the law to teach us to read by deaf, nobody else went through that. Not in America.
Right. But what other country could you go to right now, and could you ever break out of that system? If you went into that in any other country, you would never get out of it. But through our country, it took Christian men to break the laws and change things. And I mean, no one says we're perfect, that we were a perfect nation from the very beginning. But the foundation was there to undo all the bad things. That every time we find a bad thing, we can try to undo it. Now they're trying to stop us from being able to undo anything. Now they want us to be robots. Bonk back in line. They're dividing and conquering us.
Hey, Rev, I just want to let you know that I have Irish slaves that were brought over here when I was in my lineage. My great grandfather was an Irish slave. Okay. And he had to work, and he was treated worse than the black slaves. Why? Because some bankers sent him over here to work off a debt, and they didn't have to buy the guy, so they treat him like shit. The black slaves, they did treat with a little bit of humanity, and they fed them.
But are you aware?
And you know what WAP means? It means without papers. You couldn't get a damn job when you were an Italian when you got here.
Yep.
You were the street sweepers. You were the nobodies. You know, I mean everybody has had their hard times. I mean, hell, the Jews were slaves and every nationality's been slaves at one time or another.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but now the Jews are the biggest. The Jews running the world now. The Irish was given the police department, and the Italians were given the fire department. Did you know that? See, and then the Jews were given the civil service department.
Well, remember, not all
understand that they run the banking
Jews that say
systems
they're
too.
Jews are really Jews or Hebrews. Remember, there's Khazarians that are masqueraded as Jews, and that's what gives the Jews a bad name. It's the Khazarians that have all the power, and they're in with the major families of the world.
So-called Jews.
Yeah. Yeah, but they masquerade. They've migrated over the centuries into the Jewish culture, and they call themselves Jews, but they don't even really they don't even go by the Hebrew Bible. They go by the tradition that was sent down and the mystical books and everything like that. And they say they come from the line of Cain, which is not even Abraham's line. You know what I mean? So these people really aren't Jews that run the world. So. Yeah.
You are not supposed to say anything against the most protected class in the world. They are. Do you know in Germany, you would go to jail for having certain books and videos.
Well, yeah, I mean, but there was innocent people there that got murdered in concentration camps too. I mean, it wasn't, you think the Khazarians? You think really the Khazarians?
You also have to understand. You also have to understand that the Jewish are the ones that own the banking system. The Rothschilds are Jewish from the Khazarians.
Right.
Okay. All these people who are in control of everything. If you look at it, if you do your research, it will show you some of these people, even in our government officials, are also Jewish and American because they claim Israel as a second home. It's on the records.
They purposely confuse the whole Jewish thing.
Yeah.
So people just lump them all together as one and say they're evil, and they're not. I mean, it's not. This was purposely done a long, long time ago.
Yep. The Khazarians were one of them that was kicked out of the Jewish community back in the I think it was 1000 BC, and they went up into the north. They took the name with them, but then they started using the names for themselves of the victims that they took. You might see somebody's they go on I don't know. Just think of a Jewish name or a European
and even
name.
Jesus said, not all that say they're Jews are Jews, just like all that say that they're Christians are Christians. They're not, I mean, anybody can say they're anything, you know?
Yeah. Some of them are only in name only.
Right.
That's the thing. I've been kicked out of places just because I had long hair and a beard, because the Christians who were looking at me said, we don't come here looking
Jews
like that.
are the bad ones, not the Ashkenazis.
Right. Who do you think's in the Ukraine right now?
Nazis.
Right. The Nazis fled Germany, went into Ukraine, and then they went down to Venice, Argentina,
South America.
Yeah, that whole area down there.
He also came in here to the United States to be put into positions to control the population. mind, body, and soul.
And they start.
And then, of course, all the scientists came over here with Operation Paperclip, and then they kind of took over our government, the secret government from within.
They split them in half, and Russia got half of them, we got half of them.
Right. And we thought we could control them, you know, and everything like that, but they're too damn smart, and they've really molded our whole secret policy, you know, military and scientific ever since.
And sucked money out of our pockets left and right by the billions.
Right.
Look at NASA. They've been in $100 billion a year. What have they done in the last 12 years? They didn't build the International Space System. Hell, we can't even send a rocket up there until Elon Musk built a reusable one.
We can't hear you, Revolution.
In the Matrix again.
Yeah. Oh, here with it. Hey.
What happened to Goose? Goose is gone. The Goose is gone.
Yeah. Here he comes. There you go. He's coming back.
Goose probably
Hey guys, I gotta apologize, but I had to go. I had to go.
They're mostly to a civil to World War III.
Get out of here.
How
All right, brother.
close,
But, hey, Revolution. Keep up with the fight. We're still gonna teach you a little bit. See you guys later. Take care. Bye.
All right, brother. All right, man.
God bless you all.
Later, Goose.
The Goose.
God bless you, Goose. Good luck later.
All right.
Well, guys, I mean, I think everybody should be bracing themselves
Where'd the Goose
because
go?
I mean, he said he had to take care of some personal business.
Goose had to go. He had a family dinner. He had to go to. Hello. Everybody leave. Yeah, so he had to go.
See you next week.
I knew it before he came on. He told me. So.
Yo, Bravo,
So what were we saying, Bravo?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to do some research, Revolution, because my daughter used to be a chief judge for the Republican.
Can you hear me, Maverick?
She was for a precinct, and she was a Republican, and we were in. And being that we were in all the organizations, and there was a national Black Republicans organization that was very good, man. They even had their own. They had a calendar they put out, and every day there was something on it about how Black Republicans from the very beginning. It started from the very first one that was ever elected and what they accomplished in the thing. And it was amazing. I wish I could get that. While we've been talking, I was trying to look it up and see if I could find it. I'm going to try to find that. And I want to try to get you a copy of that. It was amazing. It was things that I never even knew. You know, I never knew we were that diverse. You know what I mean? And this is coming from, you know, the Black Republican Party.
You also have to remember people like Eli Whitney, a black guy who invented the cotton gin, went through hell trying to get his machine made because the Democrats did not want it to be made. They wanted to keep hiring slaves after the Civil War.
But I agree. I mean, I think we need to take all the shackles off of everybody and let businesses flourish and let them fail organically like they used to. You know what I mean? And stop this control shit. You know, everything's so controlled and you can't do this and do that because you don't have this nationality or that nationality. I mean, it needs to open up and it needs to be a fair system.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
can hear you now. Yep.
All right, check this out. Do you know that this country has never gave adequate access to wealth? Think about this. If only 1% of this nation is the true elite, Do you know how many people were actually left behind? Black, white, Hispanic, and every other group of people? Do you know that there should not be this many poor people in a country that's the land of milk and honey? It shouldn't even be this many middle class people.
That's because it's not true capitalism. It's crony capitalism.
My point.
They're controlling it. Yeah.
And you know
also a lot of money laundering between governments.
And they're disadvantaging people to do it.
And see, Rev, something you have to look at is our politicians give away hundreds of billions of dollars to countries that don't even like us. Yet our people live in the streets. Shouldn't be any homeless people in this land.
Hell
the farmers should be able to raise as much as they want, but they put up a goddamn farm bill in the 60s, which ran some of my families into debt because they couldn't farm enough to pay the taxes on the land.
Right.
Our government is evil.
You still pay taxes?
Yeah.
Do you know how much stuff we pay taxes for that we don't have a say? Because if we did, we probably wouldn't.
All of it.
But you know what, Revolution? You know what that tells me? That tells me out of all the minorities and nationalities, they fear the blacks the most, because if you know, I used to go into the inner city of in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and these different places, and they would have, you know, Little Italy, you know, Little Ireland, and all these different things, but the blacks always had the slums because they destroyed them even back then. And this was like in the 70s and 80s. They had already done well since the 60s to steal the wealth out of the, you know, the black parts of the neighborhoods and everything like that. So they had nothing.
Do you know that?
You know what I mean? To me that means
slums had a lot of money before they started screwing them.
The actual slums were Jewish. Do you know? The so-called Jews. Yeah. Do you know that even in certain inner cities, if they had swimming pools like in the 1950s, the 1960s, they had signs that said no blacks, even in the inner cities. Yeah. Do you know in Columbus, Ohio, there is a pool on the south end, and it was a public pool, but that public pool didn't allow black people to just like the late 70s. Like, it's crazy how everybody just sit around and be like, well, everybody got a fair shake. It's all about the individual. No, it's not. Some people are oppressed economically, more so than just by the color of their skin. I wouldn't give a damn if you didn't like me because of my color. Just let me have some damn money.
Yeah.
Hey, Rev, 90% of our problem is because of lack of education and understanding.
Right.
Some schools teach that you don't need to be around black people because they have them on the other side of town and they got their own area. You don't fuck with them. Okay. But you also have to look at the fact that we've been fighting a war on drugs since the 1960s. Okay.
Right.
In the inner city, if you want to be a dope dealer, all you got to do is show up and start pulling a profit for the damn main pusher. Okay.
Right.
So people say, well, I don't have to go to school. I'll just be a dope dealer. I can make tons of money that way.
Or it's because of they're told that they're an Uncle Tom.
Listen. Hold on a minute, Rev. That's because they wanted to keep them in the damn ghetto, or what I like to call the new plantation. They have them under control. They give them still shit to live in. You know, most of these ghettos are ran by slumlords that don't maintain their buildings. They fall apart, and there's all kinds of problems going on in them, and you'll see it everywhere. Even government housing, they have to get the guy with the lowest bid to go in there, and 9 times out of 10, they don't know what the hell they're doing.
And then they let the criminals into public housing to rape and pillage the poor people that are in there, and they don't stop it.
They don't want to stop it because they're making money off of it.
Right. That's it. They don't want to stop it.
Did you guys know?
And it all goes back to they don't want us united.
The largest damn drug organization is the CIA.
Did you guys? Are you guys aware?
I'm in the Matrix.
Yep. Revolution's having a little trouble there, but it's.
Are you guys aware that between
Wherever you're in the matrix
between
again.
Yeah, brother, we're not hearing you all you're saying.
They don't want him to say things that you can tell. They're blocking you. They're blocking you, Revolution.
Between 1870 to 1900, it went from 44% of black people knowing how to read to 80%. Y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, they keep stomping on you, man. Whatever's happening to you,
they are blocking me because
they don't want you to get your message out.
I'm about to go in on the man.
Yeah.
Check this out. Can y'all hear me?
Revolutionaries being censored today.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They totally got you blocked now, man.
They got him blocked up.
Well, he's
right now. We did.
You're going in and out. When you say, "Can you hear me?" Then we can hear you. But anything before that, we can't hear you.
It's garbled.
Yeah. No, he's not.
I get that happening to me sometimes.
Hey, did you see?
You hear me?
Bravo, you see? Now they're saying that. Where is it? Real quick here, let me find it. That he may not. He may not run again. Biden. I wonder who the Dems are going to throw out there.
Yeah. Well, we know. Yeah.
I mean, they don't have anybody. Who else are they going to throw out there?
Well, hell, with him falling down and tripping up the steps, and two times in the last couple of days. I mean, they got to do something.
Are you listening right now?
He just had a clean bill of health. I don't know who they paid off for that, but he got a clean bill of health from the doctor.
Yeah,
I got the doctor.
Of course,
he went to a blind doctor, guys.
Yeah. Doctor,
yeah, but
they'll say anything.
So they paid somebody off to.
Yep.
They said the shots were good too.
Yeah. But I mean, the Democrats. Who do they got? They don't have anybody really.
They don't.
Kamala can't be president. She's not a natural born citizen.
Yeah.
Her parents were not goddamn citizens. Okay, they were students from different countries.
Oh, come on, Obama was president, and he wasn't a freaking.
Yeah, but that was a CIA plant.
Yeah, they were able to conceal that one, but this one's wide open. She was an anchor baby. Both of her parents weren't even legal at the time of her birth. They just came over here to have an anchor baby.
Actually, they were students in college, and they had her. But see, something a lot of people don't understand is the Constitution says you must be a natural born citizen. Hold on a minute. That was my alarm going off. You have to be a natural born citizen to naturalize parents at least. And she wasn't either one. And another thing, she didn't get enough votes for anything when she was running, and she ended up dropping out because she couldn't gain participation. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can't.
Yeah. Well, I think you're going to see Biden's not going to be the next nominee, and it's not going to be Kamala. I think they're going to get her out like they did Spiro Agnew. They're going to find something on her and get her out, and they're going to put the next two people in.
The Constitution already shuts her out of being the president.
Who knows? It could be Michelle, Big Mike. Who knows?
There was talk of that, but
they might. I wouldn't be surprised they try to run it, or they try to say that the Constitution allows Biden to be or Obama to be president again, or something. Who knows?
Can you imagine Barack Obama becoming the first lady?
Yeah, that's right.
Or the lady playing Hillary right now with the mask. Maybe they make her president. Who knows?
Yeah, I seen a meme the other day of Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton leans over and says, "Happy President's Day, honey." And she says, "Shut up, Bill."
Well, we're at that 2-hour mark, so we'll be probably getting ready to roll.
Can you guys hear me?
Well, now we can. Now that we're
Revolution,
leaving,
we're closing up now. You're gonna have to come back next week.
I know, man. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all right.
whatever happened, man,
they
they
can't
like
track you.
silenced you 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. as usual, Eastern Standard Time. That is. Anybody who just joined in the show, make sure you come back next week. We'll be back every Wednesday, 7 p.m. We're here. Bravo, you want to lead us out with a little prayer there on the way out?
Oh. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I just pray for all the people listening to us tonight, Lord, and I just pray that you keep them all safe and blessed and protected and give them a new revelation of you every single day. I ask this in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. Let me just thank you for listening on 105.7 The Phase, Patriot Radio, Art Radio, WESN, Epic Strategy Network, MBR, Military Broadcast Radio, UG Media in the UK, J. Parker Radio, Paisley Radio in the UK, FCM Live, Sword Radio, The Hit Network, FTM Radio, and Crystal Radio in the UK. We appreciate everybody listening tonight, everybody coming out, joining the show. It was a good show. We will be back, like I said, next week. Next Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be... Thank you, Eric. Revolutionary, Raccoon, Goose, and
Thanks for having me on.
Jamie, everybody else who I know I'm forgetting, so I'm just saying everybody so I don't miss anybody.
Maverick.
Yes, sir.
This is the Podcasters Podcast. You got to change your name.
I appreciate that. Make sure you share and like the show and tell your friends and everything else.
I'm going to tell my grandma, too.
All right.
Tell Grandma we said hello.
No.
All right. Let me find a song here to get us out of here. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out.
Keep your heads on the swivel.
Kick her off, Wichita. There is calming, there is storm, there is feasting, there is war, there is loving. We are torn, oh Lord. There's a void, there's a song, there's a death, and we are born. There is blood, and we are home, oh Lord. If you're free, prove it. If you're free, prove it. If you're not loose, the chains on your soul. Come, freedom. There are slaves, there are kings, all are abandoned, they are free, all misplaced, and they believe, if you're free, prove it. If you're not loose, the chains on your soul. Come, freedom. Can't tell them. Your freedom is free as they say it is. Where we go, where they displaying it. We wanna start with a change, see. It's the promised land up for the taking. No one is free on them slave ships. Only a slave with enslavement. Egypt is still in our nation. It changes faces, face it. Yeah, I'ma need more than they paying me. I don't need money, I need a key. I'ma need equal and liberty, free and the hidden invisibly. I'd rather die than be steeping in tyranny. Just like I got it, I give it like, oh. Race to the nations, no hating, you know. We integrated, we be in a race. So you love me, you leave us, think I'm in a bed. If you're free, prove it. If you're free, prove it. If you're not loose, the chains on your soul. Come, freedom. freedom.
This is Alex Jones, and you were listening to my friends Maverick and Goose. Make sure you come back next week for a new episode.
They separate us from our neighbors and they call it social distancing. It's actually a bigger plan, it's called social conditioning. They took away our privacy, there's always someone listening. The elections planning riots for the citizens. The government has always lied, it's history repeating. But the problem is the schools dumb you down so you believe them. If you try to speak the truth inside a tweet, then they delete it. Whole administration Satanists who claim they praise in Jesus. Every year there's a new name for enemies that we're facing. It's Al-Qaeda, then ISIS, and now American patriots. Who would have thought those who love the country the most would be hated on by folks who call America home? Both political parties are equally just as evil. They've been working for themselves, don't give a damn about the people. Black, white, yellow, brown, humanity needs you. Cause united we stand, divided they will defeat you. The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust.
Y'all missing what was written in them pages. That was history they wrote, now you wanna change it. You racist, you hate this. Why you want us all to be locked up in cages? I can't stand the left, everything they say's depressing. Ship them to the Middle East, they can learn oppression. Believe me, I mean this quite literal. I love liberty, but I liberals. Wear a mask, stay home, complain and moan. Talk about privilege on your phone in your Range Rover, Starbucks, mango, foo-foo, whatever. The cloth I'm cut from can handle any weather. You just paper in the rain, we ain't the same. Stand for the flag, only kneel when I pray. I just pray we go back to the old days, land of the free, home of the brave.
The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy.